You may have heard their golden song, but you absolutely don't know the tragedy behind this superstars who warm countless people with their singing the greatest pain of a lifetime. Surprisingly, he couldn't even reconcile with his own brother when people around us leave one by one. Those left behind can only watch everything in pain. He even asked himself countless times why it wasn't him who survived in the eyes of outsiders. They are a perfect family. Everyone thinks they love each other until the secret locked deep inside the mansion is revealed. People were shocked to find that their hearts were only filled with helplessness and struggle. In fact, all of this must start from scratch at that time. They were just poor children in Manchester, only have one crazy dream in my heart. This means standing out at all costs. Get rid of poverty music has become their only lifeline. They ran through all the rundown bars and performed wildly, just to precisely more stage experience. It is precisely this desperate struggle let them build their own music empire, step by step with increasing fame. Robin became the most dazzling star on stage with his unique vibrato. But the test of fate also comes quickly. At the beginning of a terrible disaster almost took his life. That was a late night in November 1967. Robin and his fiancée boarded the train bound for London. But at that time, he didn't know. This will be a deadly train. Accompanied by a loud bang, the carriage flipped over in an instant. The darkness was filled with chilling screams in this terrible train accident. 49 people lost their lives, although Robin miraculously survived. But the terrifying scene is like ruins. But it always tormented his soul like a nightmare. This not only changed his life, but this also became the first huge trauma in his life that could not be erased. But fate did not let him go, as the fame of the entire band continues to grow. But the relationship between brothers began to break down. Robin and his brother Barry had a heated debate over who would become the lead singer and music direction. When choosing a new song, this contradiction completely erupted. Robin is desperately trying to make a song his main hit, but Big Brother and his agent strongly oppose it. This became the last straw that crushed them. Out of anger, Robin announced his departure from the band and went alone. He released his own album to prove that he could leave them. But reality dealt him a heavy blow. The performance of solo flying cannot compare to the performance of a band at all. Robin, who hit the wall, had to compromise and return to his brother's side, although they held hands again and created a musical miracle. But fame and fortune, this double-edged sword, have already cut their family relationships into scars. If you encounter such a dispute, would you choose to stay or leave? But even worse, the torment of fate on this family has just begun. In 1988, my younger brother Andy, who was only 30 years old, suddenly passed away. This news surprised everyone greatly. Robin also fell into endless self-blame and pain as a result, however. The tragedy did not stop in 2003. His twin brother Morris also passed away unexpectedly due to surgery. Losing Morris is like taking half of Robin's life after all. He is a brother born with him. After experiencing a series of setbacks, Robin even became superstitious. He believes this is because they have gained too much fame and wealth, therefore. Fate must be repaid with the lives of family members. But these family tragedies are actually just the tip of the iceberg. This really surprises everyone. This is his extremely chaotic marriage and deepest secret. The secret he brought to the grave is actually hidden in his marriage. His first wife, Molly, accompanied him through the poorest days. They still have 2 children to outsiders. This is clearly a happy family. But Robin flies around the world all day to work. They spent too little time together. and their relationship completely broke down after the divorce. The media stared at him like flies in 1983. He even encountered big trouble because it violates the rules of the court. This superstar was actually sentenced to 14 days in prison, although it's not long. This is definitely the dark history he wants to erase the most. His reputation has hit rock bottom, but the situation here is starting to become even stranger. He quickly married his second wife. Divina, this woman, is a very avant-garde artist. They always show strong emotions in front of the camera until many years later, when the truth was revealed. Everyone was shocked. Divina actually publicly admitted that they have been maintaining an open marriage. This means they allow each other to search for others outside. This is unacceptable for all fans because Robin usually appears shy and conservative. Who would have thought that beneath his elegant appearance, surprisingly, living such an incredible private life, but in all the absurd things, the most incredible thing this is his underground romance with butler Claire. This young woman is working right under his nose. Two people have been secretly together for a long time until 2008. The butler suddenly gave birth to a daughter. This secret exploded like a bomb. Major media outlets are crazily reporting on this scandal. My wife used to support a public marriage, but now she's completely angry. The butler was kicked out of the estate. This became the biggest stain in Robin's life, but he didn't have time to fix these emotional confusions because the Grim Reaper has already set his sights on him in those years. Robin was diagnosed with cancer. This news has broken the hearts of fans all over the world. The disease mercilessly tormented his body. Cancer cells rapidly spread throughout the body. He became thin and weak. It makes people feel like fate is playing a trick on them due to intestinal issues. He ultimately had to undergo emergency surgery. Tormenting his illness, unfortunately, it was he who took the lives of the twin brothers at that time. After struggling with the pain of illness for several years, May 20, 2012, this legendary singer closed his eyes in the hospital, despite his life being full of controversies and regrets. But his singing will forever remain in this world, and these songs that have been passed down to this day. In fact, it records their most glorious era. Let's rewind time to the starting point. That's a true legend since their debut. The perfect harmony of these three brothers has surprised everyone. Robin's iconic vibrato has become their golden signature when they step onto the international stage. The first batch of singles went viral online. That classic Massachusetts song spread throughout the streets and alleys. So, this is about deeply loving someone. This song was later covered by countless big-name singers. Robin's voice is the soul of the entire band, although he angrily sang solo and almost disbanded the band halfway through. But fortunately, they eventually reconciled, made a very bold decision. This is a transition to the emerging disco craze. This decision has pushed them to unprecedented heights in 1977. They released the soundtrack album for the movie Weekend Night Fever. Sweeping the globe in a very short period of time, those legendary songs dominate the charts every day. They are not just bestsellers. It has become a cultural symbol of an era. The entire album has sold over 40 million copies worldwide, directly established their unshakable dominant position in the music industry in their decades-long copy. Total sales exceeding 200 million copies. Robin's talent is the core pillar behind all these honors, besides shining brightly throughout the entire band. Robin also tried to explore on his own. Flying Alone gave him more freedom to express himself. His solo single was released in 1970, directly entered the second place on the leaderboard. Later, he released many popular songs in Europe prove to everyone that even without the halo of brotherhood, he also has a strong attraction himself. But their musical journey did not go smoothly after the disco craze subsided. They also experienced a long period of lows. But legends are ultimately legends. In 1987, they made a strong comeback with a new song, once again topping the leaderboard prove with my strength that I am still the king of the music industry outside of the stage. Robin's life is also very interesting. He is actually a passionate history enthusiast. I spent a lot of time researching my family's past. He also enjoys architecture and gardening very much. In the midst of busy work, he loves wearing gloves and trimming the flowers and plants in the garden the most, and his second wife's pursuit of mystical beliefs. After Robin's death, the huge inheritance he left behind has become the focus of everyone's he left behind has been striving in the music industry. For over half a century, he has accumulating astonishing wealth. Even half a century, he has accumulated astonishing wealth. Even after he left, these songs still brought profits to this family. In terms of property distribution, he left £4 million for his illegitimate child and butler. This money is enough for them to spend the rest of their lives comfortably. He also fulfilled his final responsibility as a father. The vast majority of the remaining amount was left for his wife and other children, despite rumors that a production war will occur. But in fact, the family reached an agreement privately and did not take it to court nowadays. Both the eldest son and daughter lead low-key and ordinary lives. Only the youngest son inherited his father's mantle. Continue to protect the musical heritage left by my father. This illegitimate child has also gained recognition from his family. I get along well with my brothers and sisters. In fact, there are many interesting little things in Robin's life. For example, he wants his children to be happy. I really went up and sang a garbage song for a children's program. They even recorded advertising songs for Coca-Cola. All of this proves how terrifying their influence is now. Among the three brothers, there are only the Barry brothers in this world. He is still singing on stage, continuing this legend in one's own way. Do you think the resentment between brothers will really disappear over time? Leave your opinion in the comments section. If you like this question, don't forget to like and follow. See you next time.